Hey guys, from the sharpening bench, Dan here. Today I wanted to talk about a Harbor Freight knife that's creating quite a bit of stir. This is Harbor Freight's Icon branded model KDP3. Reason for the controversy is that it's very similar to another knife produced by Begg Knives, the Mini Glimpse. It's also different in a number of ways, so it's not quite exactly a complete ripoff. And I wanted to talk about some of the issues concerning this blade. First off, the action is top notch. Fires right open and shuts real easy. It's made out of G10 with carbon fiber inlays, and I believe it's riding on bearings. It's silky smooth. The blade geometry is outstanding. It's relatively comfortable in hand with two exceptions. One being the liner lock, in my opinion, is a bit proud and a bit sharp. And two, the shape of the signature clip makes it hang poorly in the pocket. And it's so bad, in fact, that it doesn't leave room for my hand if I'm trying to fish something out of my pocket. It also is very proud of the pocket when in your pocket. It's a substantial portion of the blade is sticking out of my pocket. Now, why is this an important knife? It's important for a couple of reasons. Number one, I can go into any Harbor Freight and just buy the thing. And two, it's at a very reasonable, if not ludicrously low price point. It's about a $40 knife, and that's without a coupon. Quite frankly, Harbor Freight runs 25% off coupons on the Icon line routinely, so you very likely could score this for 30 bucks. On the whole, I like the knife quite a bit. I think it's a great pick for anyone that doesn't buy their knives online and would otherwise be forced to go to Walmart and pay way too much for knives that are clearly inferior. I did quite a bit of cardboard cutting with the knife, and I like it. What I'd like to do, though, is compare it with the original, the Begg Knives Mini Glimpse. So here we go to a tale of the tape. All right. It's not a particularly large knife, the Mini Glimpse. It's 7.2 inches overall with a blade length of 3 inches and a cutting edge of 2.73 inches. Once again, good geometry, decent knife. What I'm not too impressed with is the relative weight given the size of the knife. It's heavy for its size, it's small in the hand, and it doesn't appear to be a very premium knife. It's, the unloved sister in the redheaded stepchild, let's call it that, in the Begg lineup. All that said, they price it at $79. In my opinion, that's not a tremendous value. If you're spending 79 bucks, there's a lot of selections that I would pick ahead of that. The bulk of the Civivi line. And, for 79, not a great value. Other differences, you have no warranty and or replacement. When you buy the Icon branded knife, if you break it, wear it out, whatever, you just bring it back, turn it in, they'll give you a brand new one. So the warranty on this knife is superior. Lastly, what would I change? What would make this knife a winner for me? All right, well, first thing is I'd get rid of this big backspacer, which would save some weight. And I'm not a fan of the liner lock. Not the liner lock, the I'm not a big fan of the lanyard hole. So get rid of the backspacer, put in some pillar construction, and get rid of the hole back there. And instead of the curved signature clip that Begg uses, I would use a more conventional clip, much like the one found on this knife right here, straight in line. And this is a deep carry clip that would put most of the knife buried in my pocket. Is this a bad thing for Begg Knives? In a way, they didn't get paid to produce the design, and Harbor Freight, shame on you. On the other hand, what Harbor Freight has done is bring attention to the Begg brand, and I think that is tremendously helpful in that prior to Harbor Freight ripping off their design, I hadn't heard of Begg. And having purchased the Icon branded knife, I think they're pretty good. I don't like them at 79 bucks, particularly because of the proud liner lock. That's a little bit much. And I really don't like the way it hangs in my pocket. This knife would not make it in my everyday rotation. That's primarily because I have knives that are much better made, that cost 4 or 5 times the price. In fact, in some cases, 10 times the price. $400 knives, I've got those. Um, but for your average working guy, this is a tremendous knife. So let's go look at the specs on the Icon branded knife. All right, so you got a longer blade length. It's made out of the same style of D2 steel as the Begg knife. It's thinner behind the edge. If you go look at the Begg knives knife, the thickness behind the edge is 0.15, whereas the Harbor Freight is at 0.13. That's going to make it a slightly more high performance cutter, in my opinion. The other thing I like is that it's got a big flat spot for me to clamp onto. And when it comes to sharpening, a big flat spot and a nice choil add up to be a very pleasant experience in terms of trying to put the edge back on it. I do like the forward choil. I wish it were larger. I did manage to cut myself. I was cutting cardboard and I nicked my index finger on the back edge of the blade. If the blade had a larger choil, such as this knife by Leon Ma, there's plenty of room in there and you're not going to catch your finger on the back corner. So, you know, the first day I had the knife, I'm bleeding like a pig because I was a little careless. Is this a deal breaker? No. If you're paying attention, you're not going to have a problem. Next comes satisfaction with the knife. 98% of the people that bought the knife would recommend it, most of them giving it 5 stars. So on the whole, it's a win. In my opinion, it's a win for both Begg because it brings their brand to the forefront of the discussion, and it allows people who would otherwise not spend above 50 bucks on a knife to experience what a better knife is like. This is, in my opinion, the best knife that you can buy in a regular store, like a Harbor Freight or Walmart or anywhere that you can walk in and buy a knife. On the whole, I like this. What's a better choice if you're going to spend 70 bucks or so? All right, this is a knife that I picked up at Blade Show by Leon Ma. This knife is in every way superior to the Begg knife, in my opinion. It's got a better forward choil. It's ergonomically more pleasing. It's really lightweight. It's super thin behind the edge. It carries deep in the pocket. And then it's got multiple forms of deployment. And check the action. The action's better. I use the flipper tab primarily, which is my favorite way to deploy the knife. A close second, though, is just the old Spyderco slow roll. The design choice of the long hole in the blade lightens it up, as does the large choil. This is also made out of a better steel. This is 14C 28N stainless steel. This is an absolute razor blade sharp knife, hair shaving, and it's easy to sharpen. So for my money, if I'm going to spend anything near 75 bucks or 70, I'm going to buy something like this Leon Ma. In fact, I picked up 2 of them at Blade Show, intending to give one away, and I kind of held on to it. I like this design a lot better than the Begg blade. Anyway, I'd like to hear your opinion. Do you think that Harbor Freight has done the wrong thing by doing a homage to the Begg brand, or do you think they've done them a service by bringing attention to the brand? I know that when I go to Blade Show in 24, I'm going to check out the Begg brand, and it might just help them sell me a $400 better quality knife in their lineup. Prior to Harbor Freight knocking them off, I hadn't known that they were even out there. So anyway, for your money, you do better with a Leon Ma design. You do better with most of the Civivi blades that I own. And, you know, it's just my 2 cents. I'd really love to hear your opinion. Let me know if you think it's a complete ripoff. Let me know if you think that it helps Begg by bringing attention to the brand. I'd love to hear your opinion. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Talk to you soon.